Let's switch gears. There is a mayoral race in New York.
Take a look at this cover of the New York Post today. Mayor de Blasio, running for re-election, thinks he deserves a parade. He later qualified that statement by saying that everybody deserves a parade.
You know, there's a real question as to what's going to happen. Someone was tweeting out today that the real race is the Democratic primary.
Yeah, no, I agree. Unfortunately, Republicans don't really have a shot usually in winning New York City. That being said, I think it's really fascinating to watch some of the candidates. Bo Dietl, who I know Chasing News has reported on various times, he's kind of bringing like a Trump-esque demeanor to this race. He had somebody dress up like Big Bird and debate him and call him Bill de Blasio. He said he wants to punch de Blasio in the face. Well, I give him a long shot odds. I think he's making this race interesting and calling out de Blasio where he needs to be called out.
Arlene, what do you think? Is that fair? Trump-esque? Could that work in New York City?
Interesting is the way to put it. I'm not a fan of the politics and the way it's going in New York or in the national. I don't think that's the way our politicians should be behaving.
Do you not see it as more open, honest, upfront, bare knuckles politics? I mean, isn't this better for the average person digesting the news?
If you want reality TV, absolutely. If you want someone to run your state government and your national government, it's not what you
Ray,
want.
what do you think? Is there a place for that kind of rough and tumble politics? I mean, really, has it gone beyond sound bites?
Well, when you're talking about violence, when you're talking about actual violence, look, we're feeding into both sides, the right and the left. Instead of a dialogue, instead of peaceful demonstrations, to resort to violence.
I don't condone the violence, but I'm going to tell you that I think the people of New York City and the people in this country are looking for our politicians to talk normally to them. And that's where Donald Trump and Chris Christie and Bo Dietl, to a certain extent, appeals to people. It's not politician speak. It's colorful, it's to the point, and it's really an interesting.
The New York Times has endorsed de Blasio. I mean, why is Bo even running? I mean, it seems like this is just not, it's not even a long shot at this point.
He's running for the show. He's running to give people a show. And unfortunately, people crave it these days. It's not what we need.
But what has happened to politics that it seems to me that it's devolved into the politics of a conversation and a tweet instead of action and results? I mean, New York City, you know, de Blasio's got all kinds of accusations of corruption. He's got all kinds of issues with whether it's the MTA or whether it's homeless, etc. I mean, the New York Times has even reported on this. Then they go ahead and they endorse him.
I think the problem, quite frankly, I believe is with us politicians, that we haven't been upfront and honest with people. We don't remember Bulwark? What was that movie where?
Right.
Bulworth,
yeah.
Bulworth. He was actually honest, and he got elected. And they said, "Now what are we going to do?"
Well, to an extent, that's
what we
Donald
need
Trump.
to be. We need to be upfront and honest, and then we can restore the trust. Because right now,
what advice would you give Bo Dietl right now?
I would refrain from the violence a little bit, but keep out there. Talk about the ways in which Bill de Blasio has failed the people of New York City with the subway system, with small businesses closing on every corner, with failing to create jobs. I think he needs to work on exposing de Blasio's weaknesses.
All right, guys, got to leave it there.